Hey guys, this is Kamiken, and today I wanted to try something a little new. I wanted to introduce you to one of my favorite artists, and then I'm going to try to do a little master copy of their piece. And what I'm aiming for is to try to match the colors that they used on their piece of art. And then at the very end of the video, we'll see how close I got to matching the style that matching the colors that they used on their piece. So I also noticed on their Twitter that they said, don't re-upload or use my artworks. I'm not 100% sure if that meant to not like repost their stuff for your own likes or for your own account, or to use their artworks like selling the art on your own for money, like just to avoid copyright, that kind of thing. But if they ever come to me and ask to take down the video for any reason at all, I'll just go ahead and take that down in that case. Now, the thing is, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the name of this artist. Their @ is IEROTKTAK on Twitter. I'll link them in the description so that you guys can check them out. And this is one of my favorite pieces of art that I've ever seen from them. In fact, it's just one of my favorite pieces of art, period. I love how intricate the line work is. I love how the colors interplay with each other. I love the color of the sky, the blue, and how it just subtly has a gradation from the darkness in the upper sky to the lower sky where it's just a little bit lighter. And then I love how the orange bounces off the color of the blue in the sky. And then I just really wanted to copy how that light was bouncing off. Like, I just really wanted to copy the light on the legs with the color in the sky, and then get the color in her hair right, because those were the three main things that I was focusing on in this piece, so that I could analyze it to the best of my abilities to see if I could put that level of color matching in my own work. Because blue and orange are complementary colors that are directly opposite each other on the color wheel, but when you put them together in a composition, they are pleasing to the eye because they're complementary. And looking at the work on their account, they have a great use of colors when they are drawing. There's a great use of the gradation between dark and light, and they know how to contrast things to make things appear really well balanced in the composition or in the character design. I really like this piece where the blue in the background was really making the character in the foreground pop, and how the lights, there's still light in the facial area and in the hair, and that looked really beautiful to me. This is the type of stuff that I always talk about, that I want to draw, that I want to be able to paint or color or illustrate. So I thought for this video I would just go ahead and try to copy their colors, try to figure out how are they doing what they're doing, and see if I could one day put that level of color balancing in my own stuff. I want to do the same thing for Saintly one day and make it look really cool and pretty one day. So yeah, I just focused on painting this piece, making it to the best of my ability. I didn't put any line work or any of that stuff in there. I wasn't focused on the exact details. I was only focused on the colors. So I was trying to swipe the colors from them, trying to figure out what are they doing in the colors to make this piece work. So I spent a full hour on painting this piece and trying to match the colors. I didn't color pick from the illustration. I just tried to match it by eye to see how close I would get to figuring it out. So that was my main goal with this painting. and it was really fun to actually like paint again for the first time in a long time, try a new illustration. And one of the things is like, when it comes to drawing your own stuff, when it comes to creating your own stuff, you don't have the luxury of simply just taking somebody else's colors and putting them on a canvas. You have to figure out everything. You have to figure out how you're going to balance the colors, how you're going to mix and match whatever elements you have in the illustration to make it all appealing to the eye. But doing a little study like this, doing a little master study like this, helps you figure out like, okay, what techniques are they doing? What things can I copy so that I can make my stuff look similar to theirs, or make my stuff, or take a specific element from what they're doing and then put that into what I want to create, so that you're not taking you're not copying somebody's style wholesale. You're taking specific elements from their work to put into your own, so you can improve your art in the way that you want it to grow. And that's what I do with all the artists that I like online. I'll just look at their stuff, try to copy what I can, and then leave the rest, because I'm not trying to take somebody else's style. I'm trying to take the elements that I like from their style and paint that. So yeah, that was this piece of art. We'll see how I did in terms of the color picking portion, and we'll take a look at that now. So I mainly focused on checking out, did I get the sky right? I checked the sky. I was pretty close. When I looked at everything that I was doing, I was pretty close on most of it. It didn't turn out to be like exact. The only thing that turned out to be almost dead on was the skin color on the girl's face in the drawing. So everything on the girl's face went like just underneath the sky. That turned out to be dead on exact. Everything else was just slightly off, not quite there. And I was mainly trying to get the sky color to be correct, and then the orange jumpsuit pants color to be correct. So I was trying to match those the most. There was a couple of highlights in the pants that I was off on. Like I just did it darker than what it was in the full drawing. But yeah, this was a really fun experiment. I want to try to do more videos like this with other types of, like with other artists, with other creations that I really like, and hopefully like introduce y'all to artists that I'm really into. So yeah, and basically this is a way for me to kind of like teach myself all the aspects and elements of the stuff that I really like, so that I can put it into my own work in the future, and even now when I'm aiming to create things. So yeah, this kind of stuff is fun for me. I want to steal all the techniques of my favorite artists so that you guys can so I can give you guys better art with what I'm creating, and keep going forward. Please check out my latest webcomic, Saintly. It is a demon chase horror action comedy about two best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. Basically, it's like Scooby-Doo meets K-pop Demon Hunters without the K-pop. And the story backs the main character into a corner where she has to decide between the hard path to success or lose her soul to the lure of easy money. And we get to see the ramifications of her choice, and if she can hide this deal with the devil from her friend, or if it will tear them apart. And I hope you read my comic in the description and check out the story. It should appear in your email inbox or your spam folder if you don't see it. And thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.